Another Drag Race reference. God,
yes. I'm full of them. Amongst many other things, I'm full of I'm full of Drag Race.
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Hey y'all, come on in the classroom. What's going on? How y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. You know, this just reminded me, I have yet to give y'all my birthday unpacking video. I promise, listen, I'm not going anywhere tonight. I'm staying at my black ass home. And I'm gonna edit and post and schedule all of those vlogs that I promised y'all today. I promise. I'm gonna do it. I'm in a good mood. I got some great news today. So I'm gonna do it. This white nail polish does it for me. I really think I'm gonna be a white nail girl. It really does it for me. This gray one too, even though I do like this gray one. Now this gray one gives me more, I don't know, which one? Which one y'all like? Gray or white? Gray or white? I feel like the white pops out more. What's going on, everybody? My name is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. And today we are joined by Fo from Cycle. Bitch, I was going to say Cycle 3. Cycle 12 of America's Next Top Model. I am very excited about this. Now, all of us Top Model fans out there know that Fo has already talked about Top Model with the lovely, gorgeous, chocolate, beautiful Aminat. So we're, one, not going to take a lot of her time today, and two, I try not to ask redundant questions that she's already talked about that you can go on YouTube and you can watch your chat right now. I try to get some new stuff, but we are very excited about it. Fo was a favorite of mine on that season. Cycle, she's a favorite of y'all's out there. We finna get into the things that y'all know we do in the classrooms. Without further ado, hi, Fo.
Hey, boo.
How are you?
Oh my God, I'm so good. And by the way, white bitch. White is the color. I'm like, I'm usually such a nude color, but I'm like, this is it. This is it.
It's something very like...
They may not be long, but I'll still pretend that they're long.
It's like, you know, like, I don't mind, like, asking for my check or asking for, or, like, shaking someone's hand or talking or pointing. It's like, it's such a nice, like...
It just feels expensive. That's what I
Yes.
think. That's what it is. It looks expensive, makes your hands look clean. Yeah.
Without doing too much.
Yes. I love it. So here we are with the white nails. We honored today. Got them.
I am so honored that you are here today.
Oh, I'm honored. I was like, I saw you the interview with Aminat and Tiana, and I was like, well, maybe one day it'll happen. And here we are.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that really? You know, you're not the first.
Girl, for real.
You're not the first person who said that. They're like, I wonder if he's gonna reach out to me. And I'm like, girl, I'm no damn body. All the celebrities, I ain't nobody.
Apparently, you're in the world. I mean, I'm a huge Drag Race fan as well, and obviously, all the queens fucking love you. So, can I cuss on here? Sorry.
Oh yes, we can say motherfucker, goddamn. Just don't. For some reason, just don't say the word that rhymes with punt.
Oh, okay. Don't do it.
That's the only one.
Got it.
Yeah, that's the only one for some reason. I don't know, but every other word we can say.
Perfect. Oh, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're so welcome. So that means that you watched this last season of Drag Race, yes?
Oh, yes.
Honestly,
I knew it.
No pressure.
I knew it.
Were you Team Simone?
Of course, bitch. from that do-rag, like the do-rag, I mean, I think it was like one of the first episodes.
Mhm.
But her finale, her nail, I was like, I shoot it. I shoot it. You know, I was shooting boo. I shoot.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, you are a queen. She said shoot. Oh,
Raja is my sister. Well, Raja's my like cousin.
You know what? I forget that Raja was on Top Model and Raja is on Drag Race. I forget about this stuff. Yes.
He whatever. Was on my last cycle. Was on like cycle 12 was her last cycle as a makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
But she was already on the bigger, better things. She, you know, she was like the next year. I think she had actually won Drag Race, so she was already, you know. But Raja's a very, I mean, I would consider her very close. We've hung out many a times outside of Top Model, and we actually consider each other's cousins because everyone on set was like, "Oh my God, you guys look related," and I'm like, "Cousin Suti." So here we are. I love Sutan. So.
I would love to get Sutan on here. He spoke about me on Shea Coulee's podcast.
He
was like, "Who's that?" He said, I watch your interviews with that. Who's that funny boy with the glasses?
Yeah. You're like, I am on it. Oh yes, 100,000%. I just saw a spider on my down. Oh, I got a spider on my roof, girl.
Oh no,
okay, the daddy long leg.
Because I don't want it to drop. Don't kill it. No. She's
chilling. It's a daddy long leg. I'm not scared. But yeah, Raja, I did hear. I know. Everyone, look around really quick. Beware
no surprises.
But yeah, I heard him talking about you, and I was like, of course. So yeah, you were in the nose, bitch. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone loves you. You are of the essence. So yes, thank you for having me. Basically.
Oh, Sandra, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So, Fo, listen, we are going to get into the things about Cycle 12. Now, like I said earlier, I know you did a chat earlier last year with Amina, so I try not to get questions that you've already talked about, but you're doing it with me, so of course I have to get, we have to get the version with Miss Oliver.
Yes, please. Ask away. Let's do it.
How does it feel, honestly? And Cycle 12 is one of the cycles that I remember very vividly. Like, I didn't have to go rewatch anything. Like, I remember that cycle from beginning to end. So I'm speaking from a very, very, very well-educated place today. How does it feel to be speaking still to this day about something you've done over a decade now, right?
I did something right, I guess. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, I obviously did something right, but we're still talking about it, still very much on the table, but it's pop culture. It's a part of our, because I will be dead honest. So I recently just moved from LA to New Mexico. I haven't announced it yet or like done the whole thing, but I moved because LA.
Well, everyone's gonna know now.
Yeah, well, everyone knows now. But I mean, what I was getting at is like, I was at a restaurant yesterday, like just random as hell. Sadie's, what's up, out in New Mexico. But I had a mask on. This girl, literally, I just turned around on the phone and she was like, "Are you Fo?" And I was like, I haven't had that reaction in a minute, but and she was probably around my age, maybe a little younger, but I think it's because all of the kids of that generation or that time are older now. So that's, hey girl, hey boo. But that's what I mean. Like, it's like you still, I mean, shit, I love Gwen Stefani and I still, like, that's who I was. Like, back in the day, Gwen Selena, like, I still embody those people as like, oh my God, I remember loving you so much and you're still the person. And, so I love that we can still talk about it to this day. And I'm here with you. So here we are.
Yes. I say it all the time. I feel like I haven't said it in such a long time, but Top Model was such a part of my world as a little kid, especially a little gay queer kid. Bitch, I'm not watching no NFL. I'm not watching no basketball. I can give two shits about hockey. I'm not watching none of that stuff. I was watching Animal Planet, American Idol, Top Model, Flavor of Love, all the things of the thing.
I love New York. Come on, like.
Yes. I love New York too.
What else was he in? He was in something else too, like
who?
Flavor Flav. He was in like with Beatrice.
The Real Life.
There you go. Like, that was TV back, and that was where Top Model falls into it,
Yes, so. Top Model falls right into it. And so it's like, now that I'm able to be who I am today in the world and do all those things, I still to this day, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. But I was doing a treatment board for a music video that I'm going to do soon. And I pulled from Top Model, like the reference photos are pictures from Top Model, and it's like it's still a part of my life. Like it's still part of my life.
It's pop. That's what I mean. It's pop culture again. It's something that sticks, but also that's when I started. And I will say this: I started watching. I remember running home. I think it was on UPN. It was at 7 p.m. at night, and it was the first episode of Top Model. I was 12 years old. And then I always say 12, that came in cycle 12. It was like the whole full circle thing. But I remember being 12 years old and just glued to the TV. And there was a girl, I'm so bad. She was, I think, cycle 2, but she's also from New Mexico as well. She had like the big doe eyes. She had like a pixie cut hair. She's black. She was, y'all will know. If you guys are fans, you'll know. So yeah, go back like way, way back. And she was one of the other girls from Albuquerque. So yeah.
I want to say...
She had a pixie cut. She had huge eyes. They had like that photo.
Oh, you're talking about, was she blonde?
I think she was blonde and they turned her black. Black hair, meaning. Joanna. Like Joanna? Was it Joanna? No, I don't know if it was Joanna. Anyways, if anyone can get on the comments and say, but I know there was
cycle 2?
Cycle 1 or 2. 2.
See, okay, so when you said that, I thought about Elise. Elise was on cycle 1.
Maybe
are you talking about this lady?
She had this snake around her neck.
Oh yeah, you're talking about this one. You're talking about the icon that we're still looking for. You're talking about this lady.
Yes, bitch, that is her. She's from New Mexico, and I'm like, sorry if she's watching this, but I love her so much. But that was a big inspiration for me, even back in the day, and being like a little girl from Bodunk. Love my hometown of Albuquerque, but not a lot happens here. There's not really an industry of modeling here. So you got to go somewhere like every other, small town in America. So yeah, I love it. I love that we can still talk about it.
Yes. Are you ready to get into the things?
Let's get into the things.
Okay. So just for the record for this, tell us why you auditioned for Top Model and how did it happen?
So I was living in New Mexico. I'm not originally from here, but I had all my adolescence here. So I was here and Top Model was always on my plate. I always wanted to be on that show. And I think my mom was living in Phoenix, Arizona, and she's like, there's an open casting call. Girl, I took my happy ass and I camped outside. I camped outside the day before. I was third in line. And I camped outside and I was so tired. I remember being like, how am I going to go into this casting with not a shower? So my brothers came and stood in line for me while I got a hotel and slept. And then I came back and I was like third in line. It was like the whole family was a part of this. And I went into the audition. I got a call back 2 weeks later and they were like, can you come to New Mexico? We're having a second audition. I waited 10 hours in this room full of girls just telling their life story. Like girls were like, I was raped. I was hooked on meth. I was this. Because you can get as long as you want in the interview process because they want to know who you are, So yeah, so they're like, tell us everything. So I got up there and I'm not kidding you, 10 hours. I sat there and I'm like, what am I gonna say? So I got up there and they literally asked me. Her name's Carrie. If Carrie's listening to this too, hey girl. But she,
hey girl, hey.
She's the casting director. But she basically had asked me, what would you bring to the house? And I'm like, I'm very much a hippie. Like, I'm a free spirit. I just want to make friends because I am that bitch. And they were like, yes. And they were like, thank you so much. Have a good day. And that was it. And I remember walking out of there being like, they didn't want anything from me. I didn't get this. I would say within 2.5 months later, I get this random ass call at 10 p.m. Hello, is this Fo Porter? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, this is Medford from America's Next Top Model, and I'm letting you know you're one of them. And it was just like, I remember just being like to the moon. I mean, every time I see those American Idol post those stories of with them getting the call, I always cry. I always cry because I know that feeling so raw and well. And when people succeed, it makes you it's just, yeah, for me, that was the whole experience, was just getting on there. When I was on there and when Tyra called my name for the final 13, I was like, I walked for literally probably 4 hours in my hotel room before Miss J and the whole runway extraordinaire. I did all the angles and the mirrors for hours. Yes, I was that contestant. I was just like, I gotta get this. So Yeah, it was a crazy ride.
The first thing, that is an amazing story. That is
Thank
such
you.
an amazing story. I felt like I was there just now. The second thing is to tell y'all how my brain works. I'm such a Drag Race fan. She said, "I'm that bitch." The first thing that started playing in my head from season 2 was, "I'm that bitch."
Yes.
I'm that bitch. And then when you said "to the moon," immediately to the moon.
And I will really side note, I will 1000% say my persona is very much wrapped around like Selena Quintanilla. I have a little bit of Gwen Stefani, but of course I have my mother Rue always looking after me. I go to the church, like all these pins, bitch. Hold on, let me show you. I have these are supposed to be on that. Yes, I am a diehard. So when it comes to Rue and everything like that, I always am quoting that bitch. So she's mother.
Yes. So that means, have you ever been to DragCon?
I have. I went to the last one and I was rocking this beautiful weave. Oh, it was so gorgeous. Yes, DragCon all the way. I can't wait for it to happen again.
Do you have a photo of when you were in DragCon? I would love to see you with this blue weave.
Yes, I will. Well, it's on my phone, but I will 1000% send it to you. And I am working that fucking weave.
It is my hope and prayer that since they have the juice that gets rid of the COVID for the people and they should be injected themselves with it. Listen, if you're out there, please get the vaccination, get the vaccination, get the vaccination.
Honey, if you got Botox, get the vaccination.
Listen, and I hate to be crass like this. Oh, I hate to be crass, but this is my classroom. I can say what the fuck I want to say.
Please.
If you can put your mouth on a cock or on a vagina, you can get the vaccination.
Oh my God, I cannot. There's so many of those where I'm like, if you were a little kid on one of those, like, outside of the grocery store, like those little like horse ride things. You ever ride those? You can get the vaccine. It's just, there's so many things.
I've ridden a couple.
Yes. I mean, if you can eat some booty too, if you can eat some booty too, you can get vaccinated.
Yes, you can get vaccinated. Stop playing with me. You know that random guy you just kissed last week? You can get vaccinated.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, back to top model. DragCon. I hope it's okay. Girl, my brain just goes. I hope that since everybody has their vaccination, that World of Wonder opens back up DragCon in some type of limited way. And since I am a part of their talent roster now, I would love. I'm gonna speak. Well, the T.S. Madison experience was produced by WoW.
Oh my God!
Mm-hmm. The same exact people who make Drag Race made T.S. Madison show that I was so grateful to be a part of.
Yes, bitch. Oh,
and then catch this. Wait, catch this. The guy who executive produced it. Mm-hmm. Catch this name, David St. John.
David St. John, my babe. Oh my God, David St. John was literally, I would say, such an influential person for me on the show. For those who don't know, he was a producer. He was a part of the whole shebang. He was hands-on with the ladies. We were very one-on-one with him. He just knew. So I still follow him. I still see him everywhere on the socials. So that's okay. Well, keep continuing because I was like, you're saying something.
Yes, and you know what? It speaks to the universe because there's no way in that me being a top model fan just so happened that the first TV show I'm on is executive produced by the guy. David St. John's in the chat. Hey, bitch. Yes, we're talking about you.
Oh my God.
Was headed by David St. John, who was a longtime producer on Top Model. And, you know, I don't like to give all the beans about David, but like he just said, David worked hands-on with y'all. He worked hands-on with Tyra. And so for me to meet him just so happened, the universe is so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I totally agree. We can plug these in at the very end, but I do have a podcast coming out like everybody else. And I have a little nod to the community, but
girl, you better read.
But yeah, we'll go into later. But yes, I would love to be a part of that. I would love you to be on my things. You know,
of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Congratulations, babe. That's amazing.
Oh no, thank you. I love. Congratulations, how you just slid that slight reading that you said. I'm coming out with a podcast like everybody else.
But you know, it's always like, I don't care about your podcast, but wait, let me talk about my podcast. No, but yes, we're gonna go to that in the end. But anyways.
Okay, so tell me, Fo. I asked everybody this before we get into top model roll call, ATM roll call. You get there, you're casted. What do you remember about stepping on set that first day, getting mic'd up, seeing all the cameras, all the things, the girls? You're hearing all these instructions. Walk us through that day.
So we're talking about the day in Vegas because there was 2 first days. So you had the day when it was like the 33 girls running around crazy in Vegas, or you have the first day on like in New York.
The first day in Vegas.
Okay.
Well, tell us about both. We got time.
Okay, a little bit of both. So Vegas was surreal. I had never been to Vegas because I was 19. I just, mind you, it was the day after my 19th birthday. So I had it was like a birthday from the heavens. I was so enthralled. But basically, I remember just driving into Vegas, and you see like all the the beautiful hotels and whatnot. And I remember crying like the nerd that I am. I was like, I made it. Here I am in Vegas. I'm like, I made it in Vegas. You're just like, I'm just feeling the feels. But then I remember the first day was kind of like you basically went through like orientation, the do's and don'ts. Don't be running out of the room. Don't be calling people. It was like they give you like, basically I felt like, if you've ever seen Beetlejuice, when you walk out, when they walk outside when they're dead, it's like a vast land of like sand. That's how I felt my rooms were in Top Model. Like we could not step foot outside or else we were going to go to the pits of hell just because it was so secluded or sequestered. But that first time getting mics was insane. I remember just like shaking, you're in the cameras in front of you, and then the first thing you see is this silver sleek hair and this tall ass goddess, and it was Mr. J and Miss J, and I remember just being like, oh my God, it was just, it was surreal. I felt like I was like watching In Sync in front of me, like just screaming like I couldn't control myself. But then when it really happened and when it was really like when we were actually on the show, I cried. I cried. Like, I mean, it was just, the memories are so beautiful. And I remember the smells. I remember the tastes. I remember like the deodorants we were using. It was such a like pinnacle point in my life that I would do it all over again and have the same exact results. It was so
beautiful. My God, that is so beautiful.
It was I loved it. Some girls didn't enjoy it as much, but I also went in there with who I was being the free spirit, making friends and having the time of my life. You know what I mean? So it was a beautiful experience all around.
And then what about when you went to New York City?
Oh, that was what I was saying. New York City, sorry.
No, you're fine.
New York City was the same. It was like getting mic'd up, being in the house, and like getting the key. Because I think me and somebody else won the challenge to getting the key to the house, which wasn't the key, but whatever. So it was a little like decoy. But we got the key to the house. I remember that was insane. Going into that brownstone, like it was I think it was 4 stories. It was 3 or 4 stories. It was beautiful. Entire space everywhere. I would do it again. It was such an amazing time.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, y'all. Here we go. We're about to go into ATM roll call, where I named everyone who was cast on Cycle 12. So they've been getting on me. So, I didn't realize I was saying the wrong thing. I was saying who was casted. They just corrected me yesterday, so it's going to take a lot of time for me to get indoctrinated to saying cast. Girl, I didn't know casted wasn't a word.
Oh. I didn't know it wasn't a word either. I'm like, wait, we were casted though. I go to castings and I always think I was casted for that. That's so, okay, whatever. Terminology, whatever.
I don't know.
Also, shout out to Jose, the sound guy. He actually just wrote me on, because he still follows me, the sound guy from Top Model. He was like, shout out to your sound guy, your favorite sound guy. So love you, Jose.
Oh, yes. Yes. And thank you for saying that.
Naked in all my glory. Always having to get us like mics like super naked and everything because we didn't give a fuck.
You know what? I want to take a mini. You know what? I'll wait. Let me do roll call. Because I'll get distracted when I get too excited. Okay, so I'm gonna name every person who was on your cycle, as well as the judges. And you're gonna tell me the first thing. Fo, please promise me you'll tell me the first thing that comes to your head: good, bad, ugly, or what class? Indifferent. Are you ready?
Okay, those exactly, or do I say whatever word? Say whatever word.
No. Say whatever you want to say.
Okay, let's go. Just kidding. Let me put my hair up. Just kidding.
Isabella.
I loved her. Loved Isabella. She was a sweet. I didn't get to know her that much. What?
That was her photo.
Oh, right here. I was like, where's she at? Isabella. I give her a 10. She was so sweet. Genuine sweetheart. So leave it there.
Okay. The next person is Jessica.
Jessica, that's my girl. So we were actually really close, and she loved her so much. Unfortunately, went home against me, but that was my bitch in the house. So boom, that's it. That's my bitch.
The next person is Nija.
Nija, girl, I love her. That's not Nija. You know what? And it was crazy. I remember talking to her once, and her being like, "I want to be married with kids at 23," and I was like, girl, you are on top model right now. We're not talking about that. Like, you were living your life, and I don't think she's married or has the kids. No, and not in any negative way, but I was like, we don't need to be married at 23, girl. We can live our lives. That's living. Yeah, so I love Nija.
I remember when I watched Real Housewives of Atlanta as a young girl. I remember I was like, ooh, I want to be married one day to a rich guy and not do things. And now that I'm like, bitch, I don't. Get out my way.
I am married. I am a rich woman. No, I'm just kidding. I'm married, but I have my own, richness in a sense. But I love my life. But I didn't get married till I was about 27, 28. So, and no kids yet. And I'm 31. I'm releasing the numbers. But yes, I'm 31. No kids yet.
Are you still married?
I'm still married. Yes, very much happily married. Yes.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bill.
The next person is Courtney.
That is also another one of my bitch. She actually just sent me a photo yesterday, a video of Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad, funny thing. She's hilarious. First word, hilarious. And big titties.
Big titties.
Big titties and hilarious.
Okay. The next person is the legend living Sandra.
Sandra and I didn't get along too well. And I think it's because, and I think Mina and I talked about it, she came in there with the fuck you, bitch. I don't want to be any of your friends. And that to me was so nasty. So I just think, but also, and I don't want to talk negatively about the past when it was like we're 19-year-old girls. Like, let's not like base people's, who they are now.
Yeah,
back then, I did not like her in a sense of she came in there like bulldozing everyone and not being a very pleasant person. So I still love the bitch now. She looks amazing now. She's still killing the game and mad respect to her. So yeah.
In my private chats with David.
Because they are some. The receipts.
Oh, listen, let me tell you how Miss Oliver keeps the jobs, right? The girls tell me everything. I don't say crap. I act like I don't know shit. But in my private chats with David, I said, David, how is it that Sandra had a sickening photo profile week after week after week after week after week, and her main critique is y'all want her face forward, and the one time she faces forward, that's the photo she get. It sounds like rigor mortis to me.
Yes. I definitely, are you saying like rigor mortis as in like her personality as a whole, or just like,
no, it was like when she finally faces front, then you see who it is, and it's true. And that girl, the melanin on her skin is so beautiful. That's why Tyra was, and she came for me. That bitch came for me and my haircut, and she's like, I got my head shaved. I don't know why she's crying, and I was like, excuse me, girl. I was just like, whatever. But anyways, I think it is what it is. We can also go on that tangent about the photos and what photo is best, because my last photo, that was not my best photo. Let's all agree with that. It was not my best photo. So props to her. She probably had a beautiful like center photo, but it's good TV. It's good TV. Good TV. I just wanted so much more for her because I thought she was so beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm surprised she didn't get on All Stars.
Oh, I'm curious to know. I'm curious.
She would have been perfect for All Stars.
Sandra would have lit that bitch up.
She would have 100%. 100%. But she again, like, I still see her killing it to this day. So good for her.
What about Tahlia?
Tahlia, so you know what's weird? Tahlia, I love her. She's amazing. Let's see, what's the word that comes up to her? Brave. That girl was genuinely brave because when it came to Tahlia, actually, she was at my first and second casting, which was really weird. I don't think.
Oh, wow.
There's thousands of girls. But we remember we both talked to each other the first and second casting. But she let it all out, meaning like she just was brave in that sense, and she was able to just expose herself, you know. So loved her. She was no negativity against her. So.
Has anyone ever said that you two kind of favor each other?
Like, look-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never gotten that, but I will take it. She's gorgeous. And she's actually from Phoenix. We actually did an interview on, like, Arizona TV, because that's where I'm originally from, born there. But we had an interview together on the local news there. We were both.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah, I will take it. She's beautiful. I love her.
Stunning.
You know.
Oh my God. Girl, the fact that you told me Drag Race is all just pouring out of me now. London,
my Christian queen. She was definitely, she was amazing. I mean, she killed it. She came in there. I will say they did her a little dirty, you know, but that was just also the time that you know, our cycle was Skinny was in, and I feel like she got red for filth on that show, on the, like, her weight by Paulina, girl. But now I'm like, now it's everything now, like everything, you know what I mean? Like her physique, everything is what people want now, you know what I mean?
Right. Isn't that crazy how things just shift?
It is crazy, but I get it, because it's very, like, we're up against the wall so long. You can only push, you know, the population so far before, like, you know what, this isn't happening anymore. So
yeah,
bye, chaos.
The icon herself, the ATM icon herself, Natalie.
Oh my girl. Actually, okay. Natalie was also someone I really connected with on this show and after the show. We went to Vegas together after the show. Like, Natalie was portrayed in that show kind of how Sandra was when she came in. She had that, like, this is who I am. I never worked a day in my life. But again, those traits don't make her who she is today. Like, she's an incredible woman. She's, like, insane. But yeah, Natalie had a time on that show.
Which, of course, you know, the people want us to get into.
I saw all the questions. I saw. We can go to that later, too.
Celia.
I love fashion. That bitch served every panel. Love her. Love. And we're still homies to this day, but Celia is amazing. Love her.
She knew it. Celia knew she was a bad bitch. When she would walk up, she walked up like bam.
And you know she was like with those skirts to, like, and to this day her outfits would still, like, thrive in, like, to this day. I will tell you this though, she cried not just as much, but she cried when she got her hair cut too. And they never showed that. They only showed my ass crying, but she cried. I would say she was, like, pretty devastated. But they didn't show it.
They didn't show. I wonder why.
Well, I think she got it together. Well, unlike me, we all know what that happened. I couldn't even look in like a reflection of myself in, like, a painting. And it's like, no. So yeah, she got over it. I just did it. It was too much. It's too much. I would take back that hair in a heartbeat.
Oh, you were crying so much. I said, girl.
Do you want the most asked question after that show? Why did you cry? And it was always, because, you know, I'm half Black. It was always from the Black mamas who were like, girl, why did you cry so much? You look so pretty. All the Latina mamas, like, why were you? And I'm like, because it was hard getting your hair chopped off on national television, thinking you were getting Allison's hair.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about, if they told me to cut my hair off, I would cry. I probably wouldn't do it. I probably say, I'm
sorry. And go. Hey. Sorry, my dog is.
What happened?
My father. Hendrix, no. Sorry, Dave. Hold on. Let me put her in.
Oh, no, honey, you fine. Y'all seen Miss Cookie. Y'all ain't seen Miss Cookie in a while. She over there sleep. Sleep.
Okay, we're good. Go bark somewhere else. There's other windows. Okay, here we are.
No, you're totally fine. You're so fine. The next person is Aminat.
I don't have anything to say about her, but that is my fucking bitch. That's my girl. That is my girl. I would say her, me, and Tiana got really close in the end too. They'd always like, girl, you're not black, your ass is flat. And I'm like, leave me alone, I'm just kidding right now. But no, Amina was my girl across the board, so I love her.
Did you ever find a bud?
Yeah. I mean, I got some of it. I got a booty. No, I definitely grew in those curves, as I'm sure most people have seen. She grew into it. I definitely filled out. But yes, Amina, and I see her regularly. She's probably the most, or the number one girl I've kept in touch with out of all these years. So
Dope. Yeah. The next, Amina was supposed to, hey Amina, if you're watching or if you will watch, I don't want to misspeak, but she told me she was putting out something. Do you remember? You know? Yeah.
Where are you at, girl? Amina, come through with that.
Yes, I want to try it.
Let's do it.
Yes. The next person on our list is Allison.
It's so funny. Someone just wrote Alley Cat, and that was what I nicknamed her. That's my name for her. That's my word for her is Alley Cat. She's also someone I would see periodically throughout the years, but she is weird as fuck, but in the best, most positive, like, what's the word where it's like, it's a French word, je ne sais quoi. That's je ne sais quoi. That's the word, je ne sais quoi. She's like weird, funky, but she has her own style, but she's so meek and just quiet, but also like bursting with personality, you know? So it's in there. I love her to death. So
she speaks without having to talk.
Exactly. Like she's a presence, 1000%. So Allison, Alley Cat, hey girl.
And last but not least, the winner, Tiana.
Tiana, I would literally just call her a winner. Like that was, she killed that cycle. Like no matter what, Tiana was always someone who had the grace. She had the like poise. She was a fucking winner. She was a boss bitch. She did it. And she's still doing it. With her son, oh my God, I love her. They're so cute. Her family and everything. I remember her niece even on the show because she would have photos. Oh, she was like a little ladybug. Oh my God. So yes, I love Tiana.
Did you watch our chat?
I watched bits of your chat. I don't know if I watched the full thing of your chat, but yes, I love you got y'all. And that's why I was like, where am I in this? Hello, but yeah, that's why I was like, where? Because me, Tiana, and Amina were gonna like get together and do an interview too, and I was like, this bitches is leaving me the fuck out. But yeah, I love y'all. I love y'all. But yeah, we all go way back, and I just feel that all of the girls in the house genuinely. I didn't have any qualms with anybody even to this day, but it's like one of those things where it's so crazy to think that one, we'll never be in the same room together ever. But two, it's like for us to experience that all together, it's one of those things where you like, it's hard to wrap your head around sometimes. Like you just meet these incredible women, they go into different things in their lives, and Top Model really did a number on a lot of women and did great, amazing things. So, and men. So, yeah.
Now we're going to go to the judges table.
Okay.
The first person up is Paulina Poroskova.
Okay. I will say in a very polite manner, because it's a term of endearment for me. She could be a little bitchy. She was a bitch, but she was very real and truthful. I will say, watching back, my husband and I tried watching some of the episodes together, and he's like, I can't watch it. It was too much because it was like 2009, it's like a bunch of girls screaming and crying, all so he's like, I'll pass. But the one thing he did say was like, wow, Paulina Poroskova like read y'all for filth. Like she
did
like,
not play with y'all.
But she was like, this isn't a model. This is the ugliest photo I've ever seen. Like this isn't a model. And I was like, oh my God, girl. But loved her. I wish I had Janice, but we can't. I'm just saying, Janice was so iconic. That's like who I was. Obviously, everyone hopes Janice is on your cycle, but yes,
Next is Miss J. Alexander.
I still keep in contact with Miss J. Mr. and Miss J, but Miss J, fucking diva. That's my word. Like I adored her. Like her, I think she had the bow ties for our cycle, but we had like the Miss J's etiquette school. Oh my God, I cannot with this one. I loved her in that. And then my favorite part too was when she put Amina's wig on.
Oh yeah.
And like
yes.
walking through the salon, like, oh, so amazing. Yes, the personality of a lifetime, and I'm so honored to have met her. So, yes.
A quick aside to Mr. J.
Miss J. Mr. J.
Mr. J. Mr. J. Manuel.
Okay, so I read the book.
What did you think? I read the book too. What did you think?
It was, no spoilers, but it was like, I could not unsee it. Like, I could not unsee the character. It was just so played out. I thought it was great. I thought it was good. It was a good read. But Mr. J and I keep in contact. And sometimes I want to be like, so what do you think now? Did I like prove you know what I mean? I think I have his seal of approval if he's following me now and liking my photos and commenting on them. So yes, my 19-year-old self feels very validated, I should say. So yes, love Mr. J. Love Mr. J.
Now, I wouldn't be me in doing these if I didn't ask the questions. You read in the book, was there anything that stood out to you from you filming Top Model? You was like, oh girl, yes, I remember this, or this sounds very familiar.
I mean, there weren't like certain, I don't know.
Tell us.
It was all, I would say it was all very there. It was all very, very much there. It was all like, oh my God, oh, damn, like that, it was, if you haven't read the book, go read it, because I love it.
Let me tell you, if you have not read the book, go get Mr. J. Manuel's book.
And we won't judge if you go audio book, because I did audio book, so.
Ooh, I read it. See, I actually read it. I probably should go do the audio version so I can hear him say it. Whether it's fact or fiction, it's a good ass read.
And it's also if you are a fan of the show and you're missing the show, and coming from the horse's mouth, so to speak, read it between the lines, you'll get it.
Nigel Barker.
Nigel, I follow Nigel, love Nigel. Handsome, charismatic. What's more not to love? And I would say he was a day oneer. You know what I mean? He was there from like almost from day one. So I feel like he definitely is good in my book. I love him.
And last but not least, Tyra Banks.
Oh, Tyra! I love, okay.
Casual.
So I have to say, Tyra first came to me in a dream. No, Tyra came to me in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's when I remember first seeing her, because I grew up with brothers who were of the time of Fresh Prince. And then Life Size, and then of course when Top Model happened, like I was like, I can't believe Tyra Banks. I loved her before Top Model was a thing. And my brothers did, because my brothers are brothers, and they're like, Tyra Banks, yes, Sports Illustrated, yes. I would always see that all over the house. But she's an icon, always will be an icon. She morphed my career into what it is today. Some people have negative things to say. I will always have the utmost amount of respect and eternal gratefulness to her and her franchise and who she is as an entrepreneur. So we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Tyra, okay? I have to say it. We wouldn't. So yes. Hey, Miss Tyra. And she still talks to me too. She still keeps in contact, and I love her. So have yet to try this.
I have a question.
Ice cream. Have yet to try some ice cream, but
I've tried it. It's really good.
You tried it?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
I tried it. It was cute. It was cute. Little piece of ice cream. I said, yes, ma'am, Miss Tyra.
Yes, the entrepreneur is still thriving.
I want to know this though, because I'm a younger girl. So was Tyra's Sports Illustrated picture like a really big thing? Because I've heard a lot of y'all mention her Sports Illustrated photo like recently. Was it like a big thing? You need to.
Okay, so she did Victoria's Secret back when Victoria's Secret was still like grandma as fuck, like before we had all the Hadids and whatnot. But I think for Tyra Banks, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure some people will probably correct me. I think she was the first Black woman. And
I believe she was.
And she was curvier, and she's got, you know, she was just voluptuous than most of the models then. But I think she did it repeatedly. And that was the thing, was that it was always white women on, you know, gracing the covers and whatnot. And for me growing up, again, I can leave into like Playboy, because I've done Playboy. I have 4 brothers, and 2 of my brothers are 15 years older than I am. So I would see the Sports Illustrated in like the bathroom, but like I just remember them being like, Tyra Banks is it, because Tyra Banks is this voluptuous, approachable, attainable woman. You know what I mean? So I think that's why it was so important for me, was like, just like Selena Quintanilla, that was someone that was like, she wasn't just a model, she was a voice of women who weren't doing Vogue, like Naomi Campbell. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we have like the most to speak of is, you know, and it's true, Tyra Banks has never, I don't think she's done a cover of Vogue, but she was always that such approachable woman that we could all attain to. So that's why I think Sports Illustrated was such a big thing. So
shut your ass up over there, mommy trying to do something.
I know, and for me it was just like, I still to this day, I'm like, I would love to do Sports Illustrated and whatnot, but it's like, I did Playboy, and to me that was a big thing because of Tyra, because we are this, you know, we have curves, we're not a size, whatever size, a stigma to our industry now. Like we're breaking barriers and we're being who we want to be, and Tyra Banks was a pioneer for that. So hey bitch, hey Ty.
And you know what? The more I hear you guys explain that to me, because again, I'm not the youngest, but I'm still, relative to everybody else, I'm the youngest in the room. So like when Tyra was in her heyday, I was still eating Cheerios and going to pre-K.
So
but like,
on your tongue.
Right, no, hey, but like, I say all that to say I'm grasping on why people are slightly more tough on her, because from my understanding, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, she was like the American dream. Like she was like this. She was this big.
She was the Black American dream. She was.
Yes.
She was.
Who was approachable? Who was all those things. So I get it.
But I will tell you this: she was the passing Black girl, because she was a little bit fair, like lighter skin, which she's still a beautiful Black woman. But I think that's why she was, one, so approachable to us who were women of color, but 2, to men who were tired of seeing white women, skinny figures, you know, and no offense to that at all, but it's just what I grew up with. You know, the brothers wanted Tyra Banks because she got that ass and titties. You know, and and not just that, it's not just that, so ass and titties. No, I'm just saying her physicality. I think it was just, she was a force to be reckoned with before women were doing that for us. So
you are ratchet.
Yes, girl, I'm crazy. I'm trying to sit on that. Let me put my Laneige on. Hold on. Give me a second. Gotta read you stuff. I've been talking too much.
I absolutely love it. I mean, when you go to the bar, what do you order?
Ooh, okay. So now that I'm 31, when I was 21, I was doing Tokyo Teas. But I bet you don't
what
even
is
know
that?
what it is. I know. Oh, don't even try to it makes me anyways, but it's a really bad drink. But now I'm a very, very much a rosé drinker. I drink rosé. I could drink any one wine under the table, but if I had to, I'll drink a tequila soda or a margarita.
Yeah, you know what? I've been drinking a lot of rosé lately too.
I think I might start a rosé company. No joke. I kind of want rosé. Faux-day.
It's so pussy. It's so pussy. Like, it's just so.
And you can have it's just pretty. And it like you can have it during the day and during the night. You still look expensive as fuck. So, yes. What do you get? What do you drink?
Okay, so I'll take you through my stages. Okay, so when I first started drinking, the first drink I ever got drunk off of, y'all, no lie, was a strawberryta.
Me too. I have wine coolers, but strawberrytas were not around, but wine coolers was my shit.
That was the first thing. So then I went from strawberryta, and then Nicki Minaj. I'm a Nicki Minaj fan, so she put out mixed Moscato. I started drinking mixed Moscato. And then once I started hanging around this big YouTuber by the name of Funky Dineva, who kind of took me underneath his wing, and, you know, I credit him to, as the person who helped me be who I am today, he turned me on to Hennessy, right? So then he was like, well, when you go around certain people, Oliver, you gotta, you gotta switch it up. So it was either Hennessy and Coke, or I would drink red wine.
Okay. Ooh, those are so end of the spectrums. Like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But see, but the thing about it is, because he told me, he was like, when you go to the bar and if people hear you if you say, can I get your special blend red wine? He said, everybody at the bar is going to look at you. Like, they're going to take notice. So like, who is this person asking for this specific thing?
It's so true. That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
Also, red blend, that's so specific. But I would be like, okay, just get whatever your red wine is, and they usually only have like one red wine. But I'm such a, like, no one usually has rosé. And if you go to a bar asking for rosé, they're gonna be like, okay, bitch, give her like the shittiest wine ever. Wine is not a very, like, bartenders are not gonna, I mean, I guess they will, but you don't go to a dive bar and buy wines or get wine. So, anywho,
every time you say rosé, only thing I hear scream in my brain is, the winner is rosé.
Oh my god! And her smile, she's like very like
right,
her like Scottish accent. Oh, loved her.
I was watching Bob and Monet's podcast, their little show they do on Patreon where they review the show. And Monet brought up this TikTok where they took every girl who lost this past cycle and they took a part of their song where they were like, crown me or something like that. And then it would stop and it would go great. And then that Faith Evans song, yeah.
I know exactly. It's kind of like the elimination on like Top Model where it goes, like it's like the sad yes. Oh my god, I have to watch that.
I'm gonna send it to you. It's the funniest thing. It's the fun. It makes me scream.
I love Mona Ishton and I love Bob as well. They're so good. They're so
yes. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna get into the fan questions. It's not a lot, but they're very detailed. Are you ready to continue the things of the things, Ms. Fo?
Yes, I am. I'm here for it.
Okay. So law_Chewy.
Hey,
Law_Chewy. Okay.
Chew.
Bitch, you better chew.
You gotta chew that food.
They say, hi, Fo. You were one of my faves. I remember you were half African American and half Mexican. You mentioned you didn't meet your father till much later. How was your relationship with your dad now, and was it difficult growing up not knowing your full background?
Wow, that's actually a really good question. Thank you for remembering that, Chewy. So it's funny because my dad and I have a really great relationship now. I didn't meet him until I was 7, but I will say, and love my mom, but I think it was a part of both of them. I think it wasn't like the black daddy who just left. My mom was in a certain part of her life. My dad was in a certain part of his life. And it wasn't that he was not there. I think my mom was just like, I have my own child now. You know what I mean? This is my baby. I'm going to protect her and still, But overall, my dad and I have a kick-ass relationship. My husband and my dad get along so well. He's a beautiful artist. He's a carver. He works with wood. He's I'm telling you, him and so it's funny because Misty Copeland, I've worked with her partner, her dance partner Calvin, and my dad carved this 13-foot like sculpture of Misty Copeland, and so we're trying to get her to like get it somehow. Anyways, but yeah, he's an incredible human being, and growing up, when I found out I was black, I always thought I was a full-blooded Latina Mexicana. Hence why Selena was such a big part of my life. But when I found out I was black, I was like, I'm black, y'all. Like I just felt it. I was just like, I am ethnic, and not even I wasn't whitewashed by any means, but it was one of those things where I was going to like an all-white school, and I had like my black friends, and it was like I can't remember coming to school, I'm like, I'm black, and they're like, it was hard to kind of negotiate, but I will tell you, I am so proud that I found out about that. And I actually have an interview with Playmate from last season quarter. It's a whole confusing thing, but I have an interview I can send to you as well. But it's basically talking about growing up in different countries, being biracial, being black, and being, the other girl was Brazilian, but being Afro-Latina and growing up and knowing that, I love that black blood runs through my skin. So I love it. I love it. So
You know, within the last 5 years, I would say probably through reality TV, we've gotten the whole world has been introduced to the idea of Afro-Latina, and I think it is so gorgeous. I
I
think it
love
is
it. Or
so,
Blaxican was my
so,
thing.
so gorgeous. I didn't know it was a thing. Y'all don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I'm gonna tell y'all some of my business. I was dating this guy who was going to Georgia Tech to be a astronaut.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Girl, I'd have been around the world in a couple times. Listen.
I love
But
you.
he was black. Like he looked. I mean, let me talk like I got a degree. He looks like me. He looked like me. Like he looked like me. He showed me his mom. Everybody, they looked like me, but they all spoke Spanish, and my brain was like,
wait, was he Puerto Rican?
no, he was from
Dominican?
no, he was actually from Brazil. He spoke Spanish and Portuguese.
You know what's crazy too, and even in Brazil, from what I've been told, it's like it's kind of there's still a racial barrier between, and it's very much a thing. And my mom, I will tell you this, my mom was disowned by my Mexican family back in the 70s because she would marry a black man, and she's Mexican, and it was just a no-no back then. Like it was taboo. You know what I mean? Like you would never see a white woman marry a black man. It was unheard of. Was it around? Of course it was around. You know what I mean? But it was just, my mom back then in the 70s was just shunned because of it. And now it's like, that's the melting pot. That's what makes the United States what it is. It's just the melting of so many different races and all that. So yeah, I definitely, yeah, it was a crazy upbringing, but I wouldn't change it for the world at all.
Yes. And I just like seeing people like you, hearing you talk about it. I think it's such a beautiful thing, because I'm not well versed in it. But when you think about the diaspora of Black people from Africa, they went through there.
And you want to know what's crazy?
They went through there.
Yes.
Now I know some people out there. I am not saying you are Black. I don't got that power. But what I do know is that the ship went there. It went there. It stopped there, and it kept on going.
Well, here's the thing, and I will get a little more history with it. My dad, my dad goes deep into Black history. He knows like his great grandfather who came off the ships, and not only that, I did my Ancestry Me thing, or 23, whatever it is, and I am Black from the Carolinas. And if you want to know, you want to go real deep from that. Where did the slave ships start unloading from? It was like the Carolinas, the coastal parts. Like it's
the upper part of the United States that was developed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a plantation owner's. I'm a slave owner's great granddaughter, because they were, unfortunately, that's how they were being raped and pillaged, and it was like a whole. I can go so far down that hole that it's like I know my history, and that's what makes me so proud to say I am Afro-Latina. So,
bam,
bam.
Another Drag Race reference. God.
Yes, I'm full of them. Amongst many other things, I'm full of. I'm full of Drag Race content. Please, I was gonna wear my Drag Race. I have a shirt from one of my good friend Wilberth. He does. I think I'll send you his stuff. He does a bunch of Drag Race stuff. But yes, we have to. Anyways, on to the next.
Just so y'all know, that is the moment I'm putting in front of the video. In front of every video, I take a part out and put it in the beginning. You saying I'm full of it, amongst other things, that's the moment I'm putting in the beginning. So everyone knows now. That was funny to me. Okay, girl. So the people don't get mad at us. You're not talking about top models.
I'm sorry.
Pond Los Angeles is asking, they would love to know, if the challenges on the show are anything like in real life modeling.
I think I did see that question, and to put it blatantly, no. Like there's gonna be, I would say, like the photo shoot that I won, my red, the one that you posted for the promo. That photo shoot I could see being a beauty shoot. Like that's something, yes, it would probably happen. But I'm trying to think of what other, like being in New York and like being on like a double-decker bus, like maybe that would happen for like a Vogue shoot, but it's not going to be as crazy intense. So I mean, I know you're saying the challenges, but as a whole, I don't really feel like the top model world would ever really relate to the real modeling world. it's just too much. It's a production, you know? So I'm talking like, I'm doing like Target and Old Navy and like, yeah, you can get like some fun, like funny things to do, but like I've never had to walk like 70 stories high on like a runway above LA. You know, I forget what cycle that was on, you know, just stuff like that. But I will tell you, if they ever tried putting like a tarantula on my face, no. That could happen in real life, but I don't know if I could do that in like real life. So no, but they were kind of yes and no to answer your question.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna give it away. So I want to do one of my next music videos for myself. I'm planning is I wanted to recreate some of my favorite top model photos, ones that I know that are iconic, and then some of my favorite ones.
Yes,
that was one that I really want to create. I want to recreate that tarantula photo shoot.
with like,
I just don't know how the spider's going to get on my hand. I just don't know. I don't know.
Oh my God, I used to work at a preschool, and in my class they had like a tarantula as a class pet. No, I definitely like downgraded my position. I was like, I'll go in the 3-year-old class. I'm like, I don't need to deal with this. This is too much stress. But no, yeah, I don't really feel like in the real world, like a lot of those shoots would happen, but you never know because Vogue is a thing. Cartier would be down to put $1 million ring on your finger on top of, you know, a tarantula. So I would do that.
Can I feed the tarantula an edible or something like that?
Right? Can we sedate him? Can we tranquilize that thing?
What? No, y'all. I want the spider to be real because I want to I really want to recreate. Like there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them I'm going to recreate, and I want to recreate them. I just know I am.
Yes, well, everyone's saying like CGI, and I'm like, but you want to.
But that's no fun, y'all. That's no fun.
If anyone's gonna recreate those photos, it has to be you. So I give you my approval. Take it.
Ooh. And so a couple of months ago, I never put this video out. It was to a remix I did of a Rupaul song that I did put a video out. But in the video, this is before I started doing my top model chats. I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you. I was doing trans visibility.
Yeah.
Like I was doing trans rights. And so what I did was I had someone I went and watched the episode from cycle 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I had someone put powdered paint in the thingy, and I never put the video out. I may put it out now. Now that I say it, I may put it out
now. Too. That's a nod to Sutan, because I had Sutan's stinky ass breath all over my face. I'm just kidding. I have to send you this video of Raja like reading Tiana for filth, because she has like all the like. Have you seen that one? It's like a meme. It's hilarious. But it's like Raja just put all the makeup on Tiana for like the color shoot, and she's like, I look ashy, and she's like in the mirror like, I look real ashy. Don't you think I look ashy? And Raja's like, why don't you put lotion on that personality of yours? That's real ashy. And I was just like, oh my God, that was an LA read. That was an LA. It was just like, and you just see like I have to send it to you. I have it saved for his birthday whenever that is. So
yes.
But yes, I have to send it to you.
Okay, this is one of my favorite girls. This is Sidness99. Hey girl. She said, oh my God. I love faux pops. I want to know. She has a couple of questions for you. I kept some of them, so here we go.
Perfect.
Who helped Miss J plan the hilarious makeover week antics?
Miss J, you mean like makeup, like for like the actual makeover in the makeover? I think Tyra was the one. Oh, that's just him. That's just Miss J. All like that's her. Is that what we're talking about? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, she is forever. I would genuinely feel like that's someone who has like that wittiness, that uniqueness, nerve, talent. Like that is Miss J on her. Like she does not, and I'm like, I guarantee you the whole bow tie thing, very much her idea. I don't think she's ever like copywritten or like taken someone else's. She's original, so let's put it that way.
What was your favorite photo shoot?
Duh, the red one. The red one, and I will say the one I got eliminated on. That's why I was like, the photo shoot, I was like, that was not my best photo, Tyra. We all know that. Okay.
So here's my question. I'm
Yes.
curious to know what you think.
What?
They knew they were going to give it to Celia. They knew this.
Yeah.
They knew this. David St. John said, he said 1,000% Miss J's ideas. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
They knew they were going to keep Celia. They knew they were not going to keep Celia. They knew they were not going to keep Celia. They could have at least put you in the top 4. Why do you,
I felt very top 4 deserving, and I will give you that.
why do you think you went home?
I think
Honestly, like what is your honest opinion on why you think you got eliminated? Top 5. Top 5, right?
yeah, top 5, which I'm very proud of, because that's very every time I watch RuPaul's, I'm like, that's where I would have ended. Like when the top 5 comes, I'm like, that's where I would have been. No, I think, and I will say it this way, it gets to be a lot to you. And I feel like when you're a 19-year-old girl who's never modeled before, I was in another country. I hadn't talked to my mom in probably over a month. Like, she didn't know where I was. She didn't know it was another country. My mom, and I hate to say it, sorry, David, but my mom thought I had gotten kidnapped. She legit was like, because I didn't hear from anybody. She's like, I didn't know anybody. I was calling all these people. And she's like, and imagine, and that year Taken had got, I don't know why I'm getting this tangent, but that year the movie had come out. So she's like thinking like, oh my God, I just sold my daughter to like a sex, but it wasn't anything like that. But I think at that point in time, I was so in my head, I just got tired. And I feel like I love my last photo shoot, but I will say they were probably just chipping away at who seemed most tired. Do you know what I mean? And not in a bad way, not even in a bad way. I just felt like all good things. I do feel like I had another, top 3. I mean, I 1,000 thought I could make it to the very end. I just feel at that point in time, like my photo before that, I was super sick. I had gotten heat stroke. I was so sick. And that was my Carmen Miranda photo. And then the photo shoot after that was the beach, and like I, just gotten. But I don't know. I just felt maybe it's because I was tired, and that could have been it. But I'll just say it's rigged. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, but yeah, for real. I just think it was. You could just see it in some of the girls. You can see some girls who don't want to keep going, or it's just like that's how I take it. So.
You saying the beach triggered this very vivid memory I have as a child on the blog site. And I remember vividly, I don't know if you guys remember this, I remember vividly the paparazzi caught you guys on the beach. I remember this. And I remember seeing Amina, and I think the other girl I saw was Allison.
Yes.
But you can see the surfboards, you can see the cameras. You could see, and I want to say there's a picture of Tyra Banks with her hair walking. Like, you can see her, like, walking, and there's, like, people around her, and everybody was like, oh, these are they're filming Top Model in Brazil right now. Yes. I vividly remember this.
I remember there being, I don't know, I feel like I want to say there was decoys, but I do remember people knew that Top Model was being filmed on the beach. But I will say, from what you're thinking of, there's actually a photo of me that is surfaced in my whole family and my friends, everything. But it's a photo of me like jumping naked, and it's my ass just cheeks hanging out, and I'm like frolicking on the beach. But it's just a shot of me like midair, looking like a orangutan, just like I just having the time of my life. But it's hilarious because I'm in my own moment, and that was like the last shoot I had, and it was like the best time of my life. I don't know if Tyra was there though. She may have been there.
Well, no, here we go. David just confirmed it. He said, oh my God, I forgot about that. Oliver remembers everything. Let me tell you, I can't tell you what happened 5 minutes ago, but bitch, I can tell you what happened 5 years. I can tell you what happened a week ago. I can tell you.
It's long-term memory. My short-term, I still pot too, so that's a little bit shoddy, but
Thank you, David.
I will say this really quick. The hottest looking minerals, new Trouba Micro Minerals Foundation. A superfine mineral with a specially shaped brush allows you to fine-tune your coverage your way. You better eat, bitch! I like a little bit of more coverage, and I like full coverage. No matter how little or how much coverage you choose, the look is always natural. New Trouba Micro Mineral Foundation from Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl. I couldn't remember that shit for shit on that day, and I'm telling you, to this day, I know the lines. I know them by heart. Can I get a second chance? When can I get my second chance?
Listen, when Tyra hires me as a judge on the one season on Netflix, and she brings all the girls back for All Stars, I'm gonna be like, Fo.
Yes, David St. John just said work. Yes, you better have me back. I would have gladly taken the spot of All Stars. I just think where I was in my career too, I was trying to like, you know, break apart from Top Model, but I hope they bring back Top Model. Like All Stars would be so. Think about RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. It's like everybody wants to see it. It's like the most watched. So bring it back. Can you bring it back, Phil? Oliver, you bring it back.
Girl, I don't got no money. Not like that, at least.
David, help us.
Listen, Tyra, because I know you watch. You told me you watch. Tyra told me she peeks in every now and then. Tyra, if you want to go out with a bang, bitch, listen to your Ollie right now. We only need one season. We only need one. The girls really only need 25. That's
literally, and I sign me up.
Tyra.
Yes, DSJ just said yes, coming back for sure. Yes, I would.
Tyra, you bring the girls back.
Yes.
The internet, the TV would shut down.
I will say now where I live, they have a massive Netflix studio as well. So if you want to shoot in New Mexico and keep it real local, and Atlanta, you're in Atlanta, right? Do they have Netflix out in Atlanta too? I know they film a shit.
They have everything here, girl.
Yes. Okay. Well, either way, we'll meet halfway somewhere. We can make this happen, Tyra.
Tyra, listen to me. If you want to shut the world down,
break the internet.
Tyra, if you want to crack the internet into pieces where the children will be picking it up for years to come, bring back just one more cycle of Top Model All Stars.
All Stars.
Girls are done. Tyra, I won't say shit. Trust me. Ask David. My mouth.
I will gladly just accept the crown now, but we can just be, we can just do it and then say we did, whatever. But yeah, I definitely feel like that would be the tea right there.
Voltaire Don't Care. I haven't seen this name in a while. Voltaire Don't Care. How you doing, boo? They want to know, were you told that you would be featured on Top Models in Action?
Oh, actually, I did remember getting a call. I got like a call, like, what are you doing? And I think honestly in that same call was they actually propositioned All Stars for me. So they kind of went back like, hey, what are you doing? And I told them, and I actually, let's say it was doing really well, and I'm still kind of, am. But I am doing very well. But I mean, like, back then it was like, she's still working it. She bought her own house this year, so she's feeling good. But yeah, I definitely, yes, the American dream. But I definitely feel, they did call me and they asked me, and I was honored to be on it. So, and Nigel was, I think, the
Top Models in Action. I can't do his voice. I can't.
Where is Fo Porter now?
She's working the runways. Something like that. Why did you do All Stars?
Why did I, or why did? Honestly, I think where I was in my career, I was still trying to break my name apart from A&TM, and not that it was negative, but genuinely in that time, I remember going to a casting for a certain company. I don't even know if they're around anymore, but they do like, it's kind of like, it was like a Forever 21-esque. I remember going to the casting, and it was probably a year or two after, and the girl was looking through my book, and she was like, oh, were you on Top Model? And I was like, yeah. And she just literally closed my book and was like, thank you. And I was like, and my agent was like, maybe downplay it a little bit. One thing about Top Model in the real world, and I'm just like, to be perfectly transparent, I wouldn't call it's not a joke, but it's just like, for some agencies and clients, they think that if you have to be on Top Model, you couldn't make it as a real model, which isn't true, because Tyra Banks, in the book, she even talks about picking up girls that are in Alabama milking cows, and they can be a model. Like, that was the whole persona of what Top Model was. So, yeah, lost my train of thought. But yeah, that was very much being from here in a small town. Like, that was a thing. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, I do it all the time.
I'm ADHD. I'm like, wait, what? There's a squirrel.
Yes.
Yeah.
My kinfolk, you understand? My brain does 10 things in 1 second.
That's why I feel like we vibe so much. I'm like, okay, we're on the same page, because I'm such.
Dalion_Jr. wants to know, how was the Go See experience? Other girls have said that paparazzi held up some contestants.
Okay, let's talk about that because I will tell you in the real world, I was the only one. I think there was 5 girls. I was the only one who went to all the go-sees. And let me tell you right now, honey, in a real fucking world, if your agency would never tell you, come back at this time, and if you're not here at this time, then you're disqualified, or if you don't go to every single damn go-see, your agency is going to ream you and be like, that's money you just lost for me and for you. Do you know what I mean? So in my eyes, in the real world, I would have been the one that won that competition, because no matter what, go-sees are money. That's money. Regardless if they see your face, they know who you are, that's still, you're presented in front of somebody who could potentially book you later on. If you don't go to a go-see because you're going to be late for your agency, that doesn't exist in the world. Just saying. I mean, it makes good TV, but in my heart, I'd be losing money in the real world if that were to happen. So.
Because the agencies make money off you booking a job.
Exactly. And again, I think it was like the agency go-sees, like that was like the challenge. But again, like in a real world, my agent now would be like, she'd be like calling my ass, where the hell are you? Why aren't you at that? Hey, why are you at that casting? Like, what are you know what I mean? So yes, that was my TED talk on that. I got real heated.
Girl, yes you did, because you walked all the way to the top for them to tell you are disqualified.
So I was like late. And I was like, I remember just being, I think I was 20 minutes late. I remember just being like, I went and saw everybody though. What did you do? And then she got all the clothes.
Did she share?
I still love you, T, but still.
Did she share?
I think she shared something with with Amina, and that was about it. But also, I didn't share my shit.
I know that's right. Y'all bitches get your own stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, we can later on in life we can afford these things. So
this is not America's next best friend.
It's true. This is not RuPaul's Next Best Friend Drag Race. Whatever. Yeah, it was. She was not trying to make friends with that challenge. So.
Oh, I was about to tell some tea. I'm not, because I don't want her to kill me.
Okay,
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once she did say quick, I want it all. Remember she was like, leave my clothes alone. I was like, oh. And then I went and hung out at the jacuzzi, so I was fine with it.
BC215 wants to know, it's about time. You know, everyone was like, I guess everybody in the world was like, why Oliver hasn't gone live with Fo? I'm sorry.
You know, and I feel like it was mutual too, because people were like, why haven't you done an interview? And I was like, well, I don't know. I didn't know. Like, I didn't know it was a thing. But here we are. It doesn't matter. We're here now, bitch.
Okay. So they're saying she's one of my favorite girls and her elimination felt so unfair. However, her story arc and exit felt wholesome. During her elimination, Tyra told her not to grow her hair out. How long did she actually keep her hair short? And congrats on a successful career.
Aw, thank you. I kept my hair long for 10 solid years. 10 years. And I wish every day I can go back to it because it was so easy. But I kept my hair that way, and I will say after the show, I was picked up immediately. I actually, if y'all watched Tyra's show back in the day, I was scouted by my now agent still, Kenya Knight. Love her so much. Black-owned agency, y'all, in LA, so it's very rare. But Kenya found me off the show, and I remember me and Allison actually were picked, but I don't think Allison was able to move for school or something, so I was able to move to LA. But yeah, was that the question? Sorry, was that the question? Sorry.
No, like Fo, you being you right now is perfect with me because I understand. Trust me, I understand. Trust me, you are not bothering me. I get it. They were asking how long did you keep your hair? How long?
Yeah. So yeah, from the show, like. My agency found me, and I'm still with her. She's amazing. But I kept it. I banked on that haircut. Tyra knew. I would have like, I think when I first was on the show, I had like a Halle Berry, and that was their reference. Because I love Halle, but you know, I was trying to go for Naomi, but it's okay. But yeah, I think when I got my haircut, it was so shell shocking. But I kept it for 10 years. I grew my hair out in 2016 on a whim. And this is when things change, when the industry kind of changes, when it was like like I was going from skinny to thick, and my hair was, you know, staying the same, but I started growing my hair out for my wedding, and I went to one job, and the client was like, whatever she's doing with her hair, keep it that way because it's working. And so since then, like, I kept the curves, I kept the hair, and it's just the ever evolving evolution of the industry. And I love Tyra for what she did for that curly hair, or for the short pixie cut, but you know, I'm still thriving at this hair.
Fo, you're just a show. I'm just watching you just go. Just go.
And we will plug in the podcast later because you got to be on it. You have to.
Oh, no, I would listen.
Listen, bitch.
You have to. I really want Corey and Mina to release the unedited version of when I came and did their podcast. We were over there. When I come on other people's shows, I cuts up. I cut up even more.
Yes.
I'm on my best behavior right now. When I go on other people's shit, I tears it
yes.
up.
And
I'm like, y'all edit this out. Y'all, this y'all job. I'm talent right now.
I want to drop the name so bad, but I'm going to tell you because I don't want to share the name yet because people are going to literally gag.
So Ryu wants to know, was she neutral or what was her position regarding Celia versus Tahlia?
Oh God, that was just like, I was heat of the moment. I was very neutral, of course. But I think it was a moment that had to be done. It was a fellow female standing up for her other female, because again, Tahlia was in a moment, and again, that's what I mean. It's just, that's good TV. So you're only seeing, but yeah, Tahlia was having a moment, and Celia felt it was her duty to stand up for her friend, and I get it, but also like, in this day and age, that would never happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like, we just respectfully go, and again, it goes on to Natalie's thing too, where it's like, it was just in the moment, and people get heated, and they want you to carry, and also love my producers, but sometimes they would throw a rock in glass houses during
what David did. Tell me what David did so I can tell
it wasn't
right
David.
now.
David wasn't the one doing the interviews, but during the interviews, sometimes they'd be like, so did you know so-and-so said this, or how do you feel about this, and like, so they would get a rise, but I felt like that moment was just, it came and went, and it wasn't anything like, I didn't, you know, that was the only drama we had in the house.
You know what I really love about David and his producing style? Now, granted, David, we spent a year together.
Oh, where? In Belize?
Huh?
You said you spent a year together. I'm like, where? In Belize? Where?
Right. No, when we were shooting the show, and not one time did I ever, David was also the person who I talked to on my green screen. And of course, he was the EP, so I talked to him all the time. Yeah. I never felt like one time he was doing something like against malicious. Me or like malicious towards me. And I always felt like when he was producing this, like producing us or producing me, it came from a place of, yeah, I have a job to do, but I'm also a human too. Like, I'm not going to go there. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. And I told David this all the time. I said, it's because your ass is short, cute. That people just feel comfortable talking to you.
Yeah, oh my God, that was one thing I will say. I felt like he had that that nurturing, that like, you know, we're just blowing smoke over your ass right now, but you know, like, I love you, David. But yeah, he definitely felt I felt very comforted in his presence for sure. And I think he was on my elimination interview, and I remember just being like, thank you, I love you. Yeah.
For everyone, David, is it okay if I show the people a picture of you? I mean, I always post it on my social media, only because we're talking about him so much in this chat. I talked about him before, but I'm talking about him so much. David, can I post a photo of you, please? I mean, not post it. Can I show the people a photo of you? That's what I've been over here looking. I'm like, I know I have a photo of David.
We have a photo somewhere.
Many. There's this one time he called me, and I was running late, girl. I was running late, and David just called me. He just looked at me.
He said, that's fine.
He said, that's fine? Okay.
Yeah, he was the one who was on my elimination, interview. And I think that was the time when I was like, and I'm ready, set to go. Like my inspirational speech that I had for my elimination. Do you have a photo of him?
Yes, of him and I together. I love that man. That man changed my life.
Someone said mustard is your color.
Thank y'all. This is me and David St. John.
David! Oh, I love that motherfucker does not age. It does not age.
Picture when I was running late, he just looked at me. He said, Ollie Bear, get here. Okay, back to the questions. Here we go.
I love him.
He's such a good person. Oh, such a good guy. Okay. Forever_421. I'm interested to know what you think about this. They said this is one of my favorite cycles ever. However, did Fo feel like there was a racial divide?
I get the question. I've gotten asked this question, and I will definitely say yes and no. I think it was. I remember when we first went into the house, and it kind of was. I think Sandra was the only one. I don't want to put this like pretentious. There was most of the white girls were in the bottom, and then the top girls. I think we just all like the women of color, because that includes Jessica. Love Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
That was the same thing for her. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
She's a beautiful person. But yeah, so we all just flocked to the top, and I think there was a few bed changes.
I'm gonna start saying that.
We flocked to the top. We gaggled up there. Oh, gaggle of us just went up there. No, I don't feel like it was a separation. I genuinely do feel it was what we were used to as women of color, in a sense.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I found another one, David.
Oh, yeah. See? There you go. Doing what he does best.
Doing what he does best. Telling the girls what to do. Telling the girls what to do.
But I definitely feel like there was a little bit of like, you know, I don't call it segregation by any means, but we put ourselves in those positions. So it wasn't like it was someone was telling us to go here and go there. So, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Ginger_Jew_Fro wants to know if you could redo one of your photo shoots from the cycle, excluding the one you were eliminated on, which one would it be and what would you have done differently?
Oh crap, I'm trying to think, what was our photos? Oh my god, help me remember, y'all. I'm trying to think like what our photos were. I would maybe say, I don't know. I feel like I'm proud of all of the photos I did. I would definitely say the elimination one. And I don't think there's anything, I wouldn't have done anything different than my elimination. And just besides being in the editing room with Tyra Banks and being like, why did you choose that photo, bitch? Why was that photo the one? Like, what makes you pick that? So that's the only thing I would change about any photo. But I don't think there's any photo that I was like,
the people said the light shoot.
Oh, what am I talking about? The lighting one. The one where I was like, what did I say when I cried? I called myself Plain Jane's sister, or Plain Jane's brother. That's because I felt like a boy. Anyways. I would redo that one, and I feel like now that I know how to light myself and now that I know how to be dramatic with movement, I feel like I would slay that fucking photo shoot. So, come on, Nigel, let's do this again. And then Miss J had the audacity to be like, Fo, do you feel masculine in your haircut right now? I was like, you're so mean. I'm like, I'm trying not to cry. I'm gonna get through this. But anyways, yeah, that's the photo shoot.
Gary.Kelly wants to know, can you discuss your experience being in the Good Kisser video?
Oh, I forget I did that sometimes. It was amazing. I felt like it was another part of pop culture in a sense with seeing Usher. I got to watch Usher like dance for 4 hours straight with like his dancers. It was kind of like watching Michael Jackson in his heyday. Like no joke, seeing them like work together. Like I had a front row view of everything, but I loved it. It was such a good time. I got my nails did on set. I was pampered. I was wearing all these designer clothes. I was wearing like, yeah, it was such a great time. And it was also in Justin Timberlake, but that was fun too. I was naked.
Which Justin Timberlake one were you in?
It was Tunnel Vision. It was literally the same time when Blurred Lines came out with Robin Thicke. And I think Justin Timberlake did a nude version and Robert Thicke did his nude version. So it got outcasted kind of like, it got outcasted again. It got outcast by Triumph by Robin Thicke's video. So
Triumph.
I don't know.
Over Triumph.
We're in class, but bitch, no. Don't judge me.
Right.
No, but yeah, it's called Tunnel Vision, but yeah, I was naked in that one, so.
Now, Fo, I saved this question next to last.
Okay.
as the penultimate question before my very last question.
Okay.
If you have to go take a break, you'll get some water to think about it. It's okay.
I got this.
Fo.
Outshadowed, outshined, overshadowed. Yes, you all are right.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
You're number
y'all.
one. Congratulations. Fo,
Yes.
tell us everything that happened when not Celia, Natalie got eliminated.
Okay.
Now, Fo, I am saying this because not because it's me, but I want this to be the definition that people turn to when they want to find out what Natalie said to the people, because a bunch of people have spoken about this a bunch of times and it's not enough for the people. So I want Fo to close it out. Her and Aminat talked about it. I talked about it with Tiana. Fo, tell us everything from the moment y'all walked in. What was y'all eating on the set? What degrees the thermostat was on? Tell us.
We're eating Brazilian food. I know that. It was Brazilian food. Okay. So, and I'm not even going to try sugarcoat it. But I would say it was, again, we all got in the panel. We all either eliminated, the whole whose photo, they critique us, all that stuff. And when we came back and they went to bottom two, I don't think anyone thought that she was going to go home and that Natalie was going to go home. I don't think Natalie thought she was going to go home. And that's what it is. I'm friends with Natalie to this day. And I'm not even going to say, I'm not going to say this or that. I think Natalie was in shell shock. I don't think she thought that she was going to go home. And I'm going to say this with the utmost amount of respect, so nobody take this and twist it. I think because it was a woman of color she was going up against, it was a little bit harder because, again, we're in this industry, and I will say the modeling industry is not anymore, but based around light-colored female skinny physique. That was it. And so I think she was just shocked that that's what was happening. And honestly, though, that could have been made up for good TV. They could have known that Natalie was going to have a moment, because Natalie kind of came in with that person, the persona of I'm gonna get this. I'm, this girl from OC. I have this and that. And so for her being told no, I think that was what set her off. I don't think it was because, maybe racially it was a little bit to go there, but I don't think it was. It could have been anybody, and she would have popped. It could have been Celia. It could have been Allison. It could have been, anybody. But I think for her, it was crushing, and I'm not, again, sugarcoating it. I think it was just crushing, and for someone to have been given the life she'd been given, I don't think no is what she wanted to hear, and a lot of people don't take no for an answer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's times where I don't book a job, and I'm hopefully, they'll just call me back and say this wasn't real. This is you know what I mean? It's you want to believe something. I think she just went off the Richter scale, and I'm not gonna say what she said because she just went off. I'm just trying to choose the words. She went off on a tangent about how she felt like it wasn't real, how she felt like this wasn't, the whole setup was real. And people have said Top Model is rigged. I don't think Top Model is rigged.
Here they go. They're what did she say to the judges?
Okay. She basically expressed how she did not feel that it was a true competition. Meaning, she said it was rigged. She thought it wasn't right. But again, coming from somebody who didn't want to hear no at that point in time, I think anybody, and I would probably not have gone off on a tangent. I'm not gonna circle around this. I'm not gonna circle around it, boo. But it's she had her moment.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to respect you not wanting to say what Natalie said. Here they go. Come on, folks. No, y'all. She said she want to say, I want to know. Can you tell me this? What was Tyra saying to Natalie when she was doing all this?
She was letting her say it. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. She let her say her piece. And I think, and it wasn't we're rooting for you. It was none of that. It was very much, you saw a girl in being shattered, basically. Mm-hmm. That's, and again, and that's probably why I don't want to say anything about what she said, because it wasn't anything racial. It wasn't blatantly, it was, this is a joke, this is a joke, this is not real. Like, you know what I mean? That's what was said. She was, this is not what I thought it was going to be. This is not this. And so at the end of the day, it came down to, okay, well, you said your piece and you're still eliminated. I'm sorry, but you got to go on. And I know she had a hard time getting her stuff together. But again, this girl was never been told no. So I don't think she was ready for it. And when you have so many cameras on you, did you see how much I cried? Did you see how much I made a shit show of myself? It goes deeper into the psyche than just what she said. It goes into the fact of having your dreams absolutely crushed against someone who you never thought you would have your dreams crushed against, if that makes any sense. And it could have been anybody on that panel, not just Aminat. It could have been anybody. But again, she's, to this day, that bitch ain't hurting. Let's put it that way. She got married on Tyler Perry's private, or she got proposed to on Tyler Perry's private island. Okay, she's okay. She's triumphed. She was Miss California 2012. Like, she came back with the force. But again, this is someone we're talking about who was given a silver platter and she was told no. And that's all I'm gonna say. And it wasn't anything against her as who she is as a person. No, she's a fucking awesome person. We were friends very much after the fact. So I gave you truths, y'all. I'm giving you truths.
Fo, you're fine. David St. John is like, well said, Fo. David, move your ass out the way. We trying to get into the thing. Move your ass. Go do something.
Let's just say she did have an episode, but again, if you, like with me too, people ask me, why did you cry so much? And I'm like, because when you have cameras in your face and you're being told to be a certain way, act a certain way, why are you gaining weight? Why are you doing this? Paulina, like, why are you, this is so unbecoming of you. Like, you're just being reamed up the ass, and then to be told that you're not, your photo, which is a great photo of Natalie's part. Yeah, it's a vicious cycle of great television.
I want to know, why do you think they did not show, oh, wait, before I ask that, did she do this before or after she hugged Tyra and she walked out?
I want to say it was after.
She did this after she hugged Tyra.
She definitely was like when Damina got her thing and Tyra, like, she definitely was very like, is this happening right now? So I think it was after. I think it was when the emotions were going, and I'm pretty sure Tyra did say, do you have anything to say? And that's when she was like, I do. And I will give it to her, because if Tyra Banks asks you for something to say and you're that mad,
bitch, I'm gonna let you know.
And you're a real genuine ass bitch, she let everybody have it. Let's put it that way. She let it all out. So props on her for being honest and real. What
top model could do, I just thought about it. What top model could do. Tyra, listen to me good, girl. This is free shit I'm giving you, girl. What top model could do is bring back, okay, we may have to do a total of 3 cycles. I'm gonna tell you why. We need to bring back every girl who had an iconic moment. We see that iconic moment, like we see what they left out, and they get to either sit down and talk to Tyra. I can moderate potentially, but we see those moments. Like, we see the full clip of Tiffany, we see the full clip of Natalie, we see what else has happened on Top Model?
Angelique.
We see all these full unedited clips. Like, we see it. Tyra gets to talk about it.
Going to be airing out her laundry like that. You know she will not.
Tyra, if you want, actually, you know what? On some serious shit, people actually may fall back in love with her again, because it's being human. It's being human. People don't like robots. People don't like robots. That's why I don't mind getting on here farting and shit falling, because people like people.
It's the approachability of impersonality is what's obviously going to make it. Right? You want to be relatable. So yeah, I totally get it. And I think Tyra could. I think she could do so much. There's so much she could do.
That was some. We would have to come up with a whole new thing. It couldn't even be called the internet no more.
I'll be on that. You can call me up and I'll work on that show.
Well, girl, you keep telling me call it. I don't got no power. I would be waiting for a phone call just like the rest of y'all.
David St. John, did you hear that? Oh, Whitney. Oh,
David St. John gonna be way for.
he's talking about it. Whitney. What is he? He's saying Sandra. Whitney. What is he talking
Oh,
about?
he's saying all the different girls who can come back.
Oh, not Eve. Jade.
Jade. All these people. Yes.
Yes. That would be on like an Oprah special. Imagine.
Yes, and they all go on vacation. Like they're on an island.
Just take me to Tyra's house. That's all I need. I could just chill in Tyra's house. She could, how awesome. That would actually be a really good like spin-off. Like, where are they now? Because there are top models who have unfortunately passed away, or they've gone down the wrong road, and this, you kind of want to know where they are. And even if they have gone down the wrong road, you do still care and know and want to know where they are. So.
I mean, which is what we kind of do here, but that would be involving Tyra. Ken Mark can bring his little ass down. Bring his ass all in it too. Ken Mark,
yes.
Tyra Banks, all the powers that be. If y'all want a sickening streaming coin and y'all want to obliterate the internet on Beyonce level, I'm talking about blow the bitch up. Listen to me. And just hire me.
I'll be there.
Just hire me. That's all. And hey, listen, I respect contracts because I don't want nobody suing me for no millions of dollars. Bitch, I don't got it.
Oh my God, I love you so much. Please come on my show.
Okay, so listen, my real second to last question is,
okay,
talk to us about how you were able to successfully navigate post Top Model, because you are one of the girls who still have a very successful career. I remember, I'm a queen, but I remember when I saw, isn't your Playboy photo, weren't you on top of a horse?
Yes.
See, I remember seeing her. I was like, look at Fo naked ass. Yes, ma'am, girl, you better ride it like a stolen car.
I had to fight for that one. I had to fight for Playboy for sure. I will definitely say a big, huge part of my success, because I feel like I'm very successful, and coming from Top Model, the alumni, Kenya Knight, my agent Kenya Knight, she was the person who did tell me to say no to All Stars, because I was still trying to separate the name from Top Model, trying to make my own. But I feel like she single-handedly helped morph my career. She's a Black woman, a powerful Black woman. And she owns her agency in LA. She's had it for 20 plus years. So I had a mentor, basically. I had somebody who, said, say yes to this, say no to this, helped morph me in. But I will say, as I got older, when I wanted to gain the weight, when I wanted to grow my hair out, the industry as a whole and I butted heads. Like, the industry wasn't trying to accept curvy girls. The industry wasn't trying to accept, whatever wasn't already there before. So we've had a lot of triumphs and turmoils, but I definitely feel that having self-respect, having dignity, trusting in myself, believing in myself, traveling by myself and being smart about it is what helped me navigate through this entire career. Because if I didn't have myself and my this brain of mine and using my woman power and being powerful in who I am and empowering others, I don't think I would be able to be here today. But it's women like Tyra Banks that helps you really morph who you are, regardless of who she is now or who she was back then. I see a lot of who I am in young Tyra Banks, or old Tyra Banks, or Selena, Rupaul. Like, I see myself in those people, and they really make me want to keep striving to be a better person for the universe. So
that was perfect. The people are asking, you didn't see this, you were looking down, but I gasped. I gasped because I was like, bitch, if they were able some way to convince everybody to get Adrian Curry in the room with Tyra.
I'm pretty sure they have restraining orders against each other. So I don't know if that would ever. I'm pretty sure there's been lawsuits between those two at some point in time. I don't know if that's true, but I know I followed Adrian because she's a huge gamer and I'm a huge nerd and a huge comic book nerd.
Me too.
So I followed her very much into that realm too. And she was on like that weird show where she was like married. Yeah. That's just things like that. Like, I feel like they could, but I also feel like they probably would feel better if they didn't. I know that there's some shit that went down between them. So security.
I mean, I don't got no beef against Tyra. Y'all always hear me say this, but I gotta play devil's advocate. If Tyra Banks can convince Naomi Campbell, who she felt like bullied her and did all that stuff for her and brought her on her show to talk about her and all those things, Tyra, get your black pretty ass down in the chair, get this chat, let's all of us eat, and let's do the damn old thing. Let's get into the things of the things, girl.
Oh my gosh, I would die. I feel like we're on to something, bitch. You definitely have, like, that needs to happen for real. And also, what was her name? Danielle Sims. Even someone like Danielle Sims, she had the gap in her tooth. Was it Danielle Sims? Yeah, she had the gap in her.
Oh, you talking about Danny Evans?
Danny Evans. Who's Sims? Who's last name Sims?
Girl, I don't know who the hell that is.
Someone's got last name Sims in one of the cycles. But yeah, so with that whole thing with, like, I want to hear that, because I know she came out too being like, this is who I am now. I'm not letting those words hurt me anymore. But yeah, I feel like I would love to see Tyra somewhat confronted by these people, you know? Tyra. She had a talk show for a while. Molly Sims.
I think, I don't know. I'm only making a guess. I feel like, just going off Tyra, she doesn't really answer to a lot of stuff. She doesn't really, that's not her shit. It would make, I feel like people would, if she did it and did it successfully and, like, she explained some things, apologized for things, took ownership of some things, which she has done in the past in other interviews. I'm not going to say she hasn't done it, but she's never done it in the face with the other girls. That would make people love her probably even more than Sports Illustrated.
Oh, 100%. And I think it's because it's, again, bringing it back to being a human.
And I know she don't like me, but Lisa D'Amato, if her and Lisa D'Amato got it, now we're going to have to call security.
Got that.
We're going to have to call security and police. But if she, like...
wait, do they talk or do they not talk?
Girl, Tyra pays that lady does.
Lisa I never got that. I mean, because I loved Angelia.
David talk about he's riding. He's riding. Yes, David. Let's
Take
do
notes.
it.
Duly noted. And go on. Yeah, I definitely feel there's a lot of content, or even just breaking bread that she could have, and that could just reopen a whole different. Because those NDAs are done now, from what I've been told.
Trust. I mean, you're chat number 80 something, girl. Those NDAs are vanquished. They've been obliterated, sent to the underworld, girl. They're done.
Yes.
Oh, this just got me so excited, Fo. You have blessed me and all of my friends here today. This is such an amazing chat that we've gotten today. I do honestly have to get off because at 4:00 my chat with
You got another chat. You are busy.
No. The one I did with Monique yesterday is about to air on my YouTube channel now at 4. It's about to air at 4. So I'm gonna ask you my last question, and then I want you to shamelessly plug everything you want the people to come like do and all the other stuff. I want to know if you were standing in front of Tyra Banks right now, which you've already kind of told us, but if you were standing before her right now, what would you say to her?
Thank you. You are a force to be reckoned with. No matter what type of things you get into, do creativity-wise. I am such a firm believer and strong supporter of who you are as a woman, an entrepreneur, a mother, an idol, an icon. And you did that shit, bitch. You did Top Model. You made that shit what it is today, and the world thanks you. So no matter what stage you are in your life, bitch, we're all here for you, and we miss you. And can we do All-Stars? That's what I would tell her. Can we do All-Stars? And that's it. That's how I would end it. Can we do an All-Stars? But yeah, Tyra, thank you if you're watching this.
And then anything that you want to plug.
Okay, really quick. It's been a passion project of mine in the making for about 1.5 years now. I'm coming out with the podcast. I'm not going, hi, Mom. My mom just came on.
Hi, Mom.
So really quick, I'm coming out with the podcast. I'm not going to say the name, like I said, but I'm going to tell you. It's an open gift. It's a gift shop of open conversation with humans and artists from all corners and walks of life. It's a safe space to uplift and inspire. And I want to have I'm crossing my fingers. This first time I'm kind of saying I'm hoping to get Raja on as one of the first. So Raja, I have Top Model Girls, I have Playmates. I'm going to have a doctor who's working on PTSD with MDMA. Like, I'm going to have people of the world and you're gonna find out. It's kind of, I would like to say it's kind of like Ashley Graham's a huge inspiration of mine, but Pretty Big Deal is her podcast, and I love her approach on that. So I'm gonna kind of do my own thing. But wait till the name drops. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Congratulations. I mean, I'm sold by a gift shop for Open Conversation. That was so tasty.
Yes, and you will totally get it once. I'll send you all the info. We'll keep in touch with it.
Oh no, I'm coming on there, and I'm sure.
You're gonna be, yes, obviously. I'm just saying we're gonna get this party popping. So
I think one of the greatest things I ever did in 2021 was to extend an invite to Fo Porter to come on this, because I have thoroughly enjoyed.
I got my Faux Pops ink.
Ooh,
You can't see Faux Pops ink, so it's coming, boo.
I'm just so honored to have shared this time with you. Where are you in the world again?
I'm in Albuquerque. Well, I'm in New Mexico, but I'm very close to, So yeah.
Gotcha. Fo, I am so grateful. I don't want to tell you bye. I want to keep talking.
No, I want to keep talking too.
I gotta go. Everybody, please give Fo all the kisses, all the hugs. Oh, Natalie, if you're ever bored, girl, if you're just ever bored around your mansion with all your trinkets and truckets and you just have like 2 seconds, I would love to talk to you, girl.
And her handsome-ass hubby and her gorgeous dogs. Yes, bring them
Yes,
on.
ma'am. But anyways, everyone, give Fo all the love, all the kisses, all the hugs as we say goodbye to her from giving a A1 ATM Live. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Thank you so much.
My cheeks hurt. Thank you so much. You're so amazing, and I can't wait to see what you got going on, boo, because you are fucking killing the fucking game. Okay, so congratulations on all your success, and good luck on everything.
We'll be in contact, girl.
Oh, we will definitely. We better.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Love
because
you
finna tell me what Natalie said off the air. All right, girl. Bye.
Bye.
She gonna tell me. Y'all, that was so amazing. Listen, this video will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. That is Oliver Twixt, Twixt. Spell the X. And you can watch this video and so many other videos I've done on Top Model. I think the girls are saying this is 82. There are 82 live chats I have done. No, actually, maybe more than that, because 82 is, I think 82 is the number of people, but there have been some repeat guests. Anyways, there's a bunch of Top Model content on my channel, the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. Go check it out. One is about to start right now at 4 o'clock. That was with Monique, who was on Cycle 16. It was an amazing chat. I love you guys. I love doing this. This was so great. You guys, take this energy. Go out there in the real and be a great person. Go hug somebody, kiss somebody. Do something nice for somebody, okay, girl? We are sitting here. We are living our fantasy. We never thought we would see the day when we would get to talk to these girls, hear them. This is a freaking blessing. I am blessed even. Like, this was amazing. This was amazing. I'm gonna get off because I'm gonna keep rambling. I love you guys. Be safe. Love on each other. Go get your vaccinations, okay? And tomorrow is Carrie D English. We had an amazing week with amazing guests and amazing stories, and we're ending it off tomorrow with Carrie D. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get naked because I'm tired of wearing clothes. Be sure to pray and Kegel. Pray and Kegel. Pray and mother love Kegel, because you never know when you have to shoot the cover of Playmate. Okay, Playboy, Playgirl, whatever the fuck the shit is. You never know when you gotta play it. I'm pretty sure I know folk Kegels. Something tells me it's Hercules. All right, y'all. Bye.